This is a beginner's guide on cooperative advertising. I'm gonna walk you through what it is, how it's done, and the 5-step process you can take to create a cooperative advertising program. So first things first, what is cooperative advertising? Cooperative advertising is joint marketing programs between manufacturers and their partners. As an example, imagine Coca-Cola, the manufacturer, and Walmart, the retailer, decide to partner up in a cooperative advertising program, or a co-op program for short. Walmart runs a TV commercial. Coke says to Walmart, hey, how about you feature Coca-Cola inside of your commercial? And we'll pay you 50% of the advertising costs. Walmart says, okay, sure. They run the ad, Coca-Cola gets more advertising, Walmart makes more money, they save money, and everyone's happy. The benefits of this are pretty clear. For Coca-Cola, since they're an international company, it can be very hard for them to advertise locally. Advertising in Bangkok, St. Louis, New York are all completely different. However, Coca-Cola and other manufacturers can piggyback the advertising efforts of local retailers. Moreover, co-op programs can help manufacturers save money. It can help them get more brand awareness. It can help them drive more partner loyalty, creating relationships with their partners that hopefully extend beyond the co-op program. In the rest of this lesson, my goal is to teach you how to maximize these benefits and get your co-op program started if you haven't already. The first step to create a co-op program is to define your objectives. Obviously, you want to make more money. But do you want to think more long-term or short-term? Like, are you trying to boost an existing product, a new product? Or are you trying to break into new markets? Or are you trying to strengthen your existing ones? Are you kind of running on a budget? Or do you have more money to spend and can be more aggressive? Because depending on what your goals are, you can then take these and decide your reimbursement program, which is simply put, just how money goes from the manufacturers to the partners. And there's 2 main reimbursement programs. The first is an accrual-based program. This is where the amount of funds that partners get is based on a percentage of sales. So for example, Walmart and Coca-Cola, let's keep going with that example. Imagine that they agree to a 3% accrual. In other words, for however much Walmart sells of Coke, 3% of that will be reimbursed from Coca-Cola. So hypothetically, if Walmart sells $10,000 worth of Coke in Q1, Coca-Cola would give Walmart $300, which is 3% of $10,000. And Walmart will use this money to place ads featuring Coca-Cola in it. The other main type of reimbursement system is fixed costs, or an MDF program. This is where rather than it be determined by percentage of sales, the amount of funds are just set in stone. They're fixed, they're given in advance. So with the Walmart and Coke example, rather than Walmart needing to sell Cokes, Coke would just give them $300 up front and say, hey, use this for advertising. The benefits of this is that it can help boost a new or existing product. It can give that jump start to a product and immediately inject funds. But the disadvantage of this system is that it could also be wasted. It's kind of like a baseball player going up to bat. They go up, they strike, and they could either hit a home run, hit a single, or they could whiff completely. And the exact same risk exists for MDF systems. But to help decrease this risk, it's important to think about step number 2, which is define your allowed activities. In other words, these are the allowed advertising methods that partners can run in your program. Generally, you want this to align with your goals and your partner's capabilities. For example, if you're a home appliances manufacturer, it might be a good idea to encourage your partners to go to home appliances trade shows and events. That way, you're going straight to the source and going to the right kind of audience for your products. But some other advertising methods that you can consider allowing, and this is a long one, so bear with me here. Billboards, magazines, newspapers, case studies, telemarketing, TV commercials, digital marketing, content marketing, radio commercials, and trade shows and events. And on that same note of defining your program, the next step is to establish clear guidelines. These are just the general rules that define your program, and allow you to make effective decisions. And the first guideline you want to establish is eligibility criteria. What do your partners need to have before they can join your program? For example, you could say only partners who have sold $50K worth of products in the last quarter can join our program, or they need at least 500 customers, or they can't have any previous policy violations. Regardless, have these guidelines in place so that you can only get the best of the best for your program and work with partners who are actually going to help you. The next guideline is to establish your application process. This is the way that partners get their funds. What should they submit to request funds? Do they need a marketing plan? Do they need statistics? Do they need receipts? Do they need invoices? Do they need evidence that they actually ran the ad? How early do they need to give you these documents before they can actually run the ad? These are all different considerations that you want to make. And on that same note, the next step is to constantly communicate with your partners. Like with any relationship, communication is key. And the exact same goes for co-op programs. So on that note, establish a system for communicating your programs. If there's any changes to your program, if there's anything that they did wrong, if there's anything they did good, if there's any training sessions that your partners can do to improve their program. And last, but definitely not least, the final step to make an effective co-op program is to have strong auditing and proof of performance. Basically, this is just how, when your partners actually run the ads, how do you make sure that they ran the ads well, as they said they would? And this is how you can identify room for improvement. So generally, whenever a partner runs an ad, you want to make sure that you request analytics from them, invoices, so that you can pay them back effectively, and anything else that would help you just make sure that your partners ran the ads as they said they would. And if partners do happen to fail any of these criteria, or you know that something's remiss, then you could give them 30 days to improve anything in good faith. And that's about it for this one. I hope this helped you. Please subscribe if you'd like to get more Co-op MDF resources, and have a nice day. See ya.